everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Darkmount After Dark. I'm your host, TheAbsoluteDegenerate, and I'm joined today by my two co-hosts, Flamewave and Arkham Knight Rider. How are y'all, Arkham Knight Rider? How are y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty fine. How about you?
I'm fine. As long as I don't start bust out coughing, although I probably jinxed myself.
Yeah.
I've been doing well. I've just been addicted to MK11, but otherwise I'm doing pretty good.
For a second there, I thought you were going to say you were addicted to melanophorine again.
I mean, that kind of counts, so, you know, what's the difference at this rate?
Kind of.
Anyways,
okay. So, all right. Yeah, we meant to obviously get this going a little while earlier. Stuff. So, what have y'all been up to before we get into the main meat?
Right now, I've been doing pretty all right. I mean, I'm currently up to making another edit of mine. Another thing, I guess, is, well, it was my birthday recently. 17 now.
Wait, wait, hold on. When was that?
That was like April 3rd.
Did I tell you happy birthday? If so, I feel like a dick. Well, happy belated, otherwise.
Yeah,
happy belated birthday as well.
Yeah, but you know, for my birthday present, I got like Recon Ironhide from Hunt for the Decepticons for like fucking, I believe, $50. It was a good deal. It was like 10 off, man, at my comic book store, and I was, holy shit. That was by far one of the best figures I ever bought. It was worth it. It was so worth it.
A Hunt for Decepticon what again?
Recon Ironhide. It came in the 2-pack with Deluxe Bone Crusher.
I don't have too good of an experience with my fucking I keep my fucking tripod on a damn thing so it stands flat instead of being on carpet now. Problem is I run into it and the tripod falls over.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is I don't have too good of an experience with Hunt for the Decepticons. All I own is Battle Blades Optimus, and that figure just, maybe it was because I got utterly retarded with handling gears and shit like that. But nah. Although that's just a case of I don't think that transformation works well at that
it really
scale.
doesn't. I mean, it only works at a leader scale, because with a leader scale, you have a lot to work with. With a Voyager scale, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can't really get every nook and cranny in terms of like transformation bits and stuff. It's just, I don't know, man. I mean, the only thing that's cool about Battle Blades Prime is, well, I mean, it comes with a matrix. You can put it in his chest, but in like the most stupid way imaginable, by literally like filleting his chest right open in the most like messy way possible and the most finicky way possible, just to put the thing in.
Dude, like I never transformed that figure with the Matrix in it because it always gets stuck in there.
Yeah, it's like a unit operation. You gotta take the tweezers out and fucking, you know, take it out.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, no, it's not a fun time.
Yeah, but I mean, the only Hunt for Decepticon figures I have, I mean, of course, you know, I got Ironhide, but I also have like Sidearm Sideswipe and like Terra Dive, which is like both are fucking amazing molds for their time. And even now, I mean, Sidearm Sideswipe is, you know, up there like with like Studio Series, man. That's how good it is.
I know a lot of people talk about Sidearm Sideswipe and how good he is. Personally, like, my only thing with older Sideswipes before Studio Series is I just didn't like the chest. That's about it.
Really? I mean, I thought you were gonna say you didn't like the hydraulics. That each of them.
I mean, on my Nest Sideswipe, fucking, I guess the fucking shit on the legs kind of broke on me, so that was annoying.
Yeah, you know what fucking sucks? My Sidearm Sideswipe, actually, I was fooling around with the legs, and you know the back hydraulics he has? Legit, I bent the leg a little bit in, and it just fucking broke. But I mean, that didn't really like hinder my enjoyment of the figure. I mean, yeah, it's a little annoying seeing a broken hydraulic, but I mean, I took it out, but it's still good. I mean, at least I get more motion in the leg, I guess, not one leg. But
true, but I mean, for me, Well, it didn't matter because that became loose as shit. At least on my copy, I guess the ball joint was just fucked as shit.
Yeah.
That or again, maybe I was just too rough as it because a lot of that stuff like I got when I don't even know how old I was when I got it.
Yeah.
I genuinely wouldn't remember. But Arkham, how have you been as well?
Mine is, I already mentioned the Mortal Kombat thing. I've been playing that a lot because I got a Switch. I did play a little bit of Ultimate Alliance free, but never got. But I played it. It was fine. I did manage to get a Studio Series Dino lately, and I had a lot of fun with that. It's one of my favorite Studio Series.
Dino's fucking great. I wouldn't put him in my top 5, but maybe top 10.
I would have put him higher if he could move his arms a little more outwards, like the swivels.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have against that thing, honestly. Otherwise, I think Dino is great. Not much else. I've been busy with college, but that's gonna be a thing that you'll hear more often. Yeah.
And
Which is the results. Yeah, that's about it for me.
About Marvel. About Marvel Ultimate Alliance free. I mean, I was hyped to know that game was gonna come out, but then when it came out at first, I was just like, "What the fuck is this shit?" But then as they were getting the DLC up, right, I'm like, "Oh, okay, maybe it ain't that bad, right?" And well, I mean, it ain't that bad anymore. But when it came out, it was horrid, like every game nowadays. Like I'm a big MUA fan. I've played Marvel vs. Cap. Why am I saying Marvel vs. Capcom all the time? Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, those games are the first game is a little like places, but like overall it's fun. Marvel vs. Cap, oh my god, again. MUA 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 is also a fun one, but I mean it has less in it. It has less content in terms of like, alternate costumes or, sometimes even characters. But I mean, it's Marvel Ultimate Alliance is a good game series. It's good.
Actually, that you just reminded me of like fucking since y'all were talking about games and shit. How there's the first one. What I was saying is you just reminded me of how I guess outside of Transformers Devastation, we haven't really gotten a lot of like good, a lot of good. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, how we haven't gotten a lot of noteworthy good fucking Transformers games. Like the last one that's like I guess worthwhile is Transformers Devastation.
Yeah, that game was fun.
But
that game was amazing. Funny story, my brother bought it for me as a Christmas gift, right? And he bought it like full sale, right? And then after he bought it for sale, the next day it was on sale on the Xbox Live Marketplace. I'm not even kidding about that. He literally got cucked by Microsoft.
But fucking. As for myself, though, I've been fine listening to. Just been listening to like some black metal records recently. A lot of it from a lot of it is like I wouldn't say recommendations, but just shit I've like seen a close friend of mine, IRL friend actually, a Taco the Ass Hat, listen to like Leviathan shit like that. It's like not Leviathan's not my cup of tea, but that's neither here. Also got the McFarlane's Doomsday versus Superman DC Multiverse 2-pack. They're both good, although Doomsday. That's like one issue I have with McFarlane's is the thank God the actual articulation has gotten better, but the joints could be really fucking stiff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because history with my I'm gonna make this short. With my Spawn and Scorpion, you know the things that cover up for the ball joints or for the butterfly joints.
Yeah.
Do you have issues with those getting stuck?
No, not really.
Or do you like the actual shell?
No, but that is kind of what caused my Azrael to break.
Yeah, that's happened with me. I had to fix my spawn's weird butterfly that doesn't look quite right. I had to put in the way where it could actually move and not just look awful. And in Scorpions, I can't fix that. I can't fix Scorpions. It's permanently that butterfly joint is. It still can articulate, but the shell won't move with it.
If McFarlane's just loosened up their joints a bit and like I guess like tightened up their quality control, like they don't have it too many major issues aside from when I snapped the fucking peg on my Azrael. But like I got a replacement for that, and this one's fine. Although I've heard that's actually a pretty common problem. Like a lot of people have reported like the joints almost being frozen in place. But like I got a replacement for that, and this one's fine. Also, you know what figure surprised me though out of the two, like by being like really good is the fucking Superman. Like he's got a lot of good posability.
Actually, it looks cool too. Honestly, like wow, probably the best Superman figure I've ever seen.
Again, probably I wouldn't be surprised if they were that petty. How much you want to bet, like fucking on the note of Superman with fucking Invincible's popular? How many people would want to make those stupid what if like Omni-Man versus Superman? As if
I bet you 100% they're definitely gonna do that. You know, they did
as if Superman still wouldn't win that.
Yeah.
Also, he probably
Frank could probably be an equal fight.
Probably be equal, but anyway, on to I think we've rambled enough, and before I start coughing like a madman, let's get into the main meat of today's episode. Now, there hasn't been that much news that's worth talking about, at least in my opinion. You could You could argue with me if you want, like that's fair. Maybe some other stuff is more interesting, but to start off, where is it? It's in. According to Nick Alive, Jordan Rosato. Yeah, Rosato joins Nickelodeon's animated Transformers series as storyboard director. Now, apparently, he's previously worked on The Loud House and the Loud House movie, which, again, not entirely his fault, but I imagine I wouldn't be surprised if some people are like, that has a bit of a stench onto it. But again, that's not his fault. That's the creator, right? I don't
Savino. Chris Savino.
Oh, Chris Savino. Fucking.
You're mixing up Dan.
No, because it sounds like it's the same amount of syllables as like a famous football player's name, Dan Marino, like the most famous one.
Dan Marino. Dan Schneiderino.
No, let me sniff those. Let me get my goddamn footerinos, man. I want to. Underage, I don't care. Let me sniff those feet.
Oh, Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
I mean, dude. I mean, have you seen how fat that?
I know.
Is? He just waddles around.
So, looks like one Hellboy 2. You know the old Cryptoid one.
Yeah.
Let's not get too off. Okay, that's literally. All we have so far is that he's joined the animation crew of Nickelodeon E1's upcoming Transformers animated series as a storyboard director, at least according to Nicolab, anyway. Where is it? Apparently, it's on her fucking LinkedIn profile that she's gonna be on it. I'm not too familiar with any of her work. Like, I've seen a few episodes of The Loud House and thought it was okay. But, like, correct me if I'm wrong, this series is going more in the direction of a comedy series, right?
Yeah. It's like a comedy, like a comedy. I don't know. I don't mean this anymore.
That would work, but I don't know. I feel like that market was, like, oversaturated, especially during, like, the mid to late 2010s.
Yeah. Like with Teen Titans Go or that dreaded.
Aside from like more recently, I don't know too many people actually like that. I'm not saying it's like the worst thing ever. Do I look like I'm in the animation
it's not that bad.
Teen
Titans Go isn't that bad. Like everybody was over exaggerating. You know,
I'd say it's better than the original show, but then again, that's because I have a real bad chip on my shoulder with the original show, but it's still not very good. I'm still not very good. However,
I
though,
mean, it has its moments though.
Neither here nor there.
You know,
I'm more referring to stuff like, oddly enough, The Loud House.
Loud House. Well, the Loud House is just I watched like a couple episodes of. I watched one episode because I had to watch. I wanted to see the Harold Jungle movie, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah. What other stuff?
Basically, watching The Loud House was like watching a funeral. No laughs were had, and I felt miserable throughout.
I mean, there's like a few fucking. There were like a few action series in like the 2010s and shit like that, but you know they always kind of had a comedic lens to it.
Yeah.
Even back in the golden era, there was always it's always the dumb action. It's always the dumb comedy with action elements sprinkled in.
Yeah.
I mean, from what little I remember of Teen Titans, I guess I could say that's something it did okay. But again, I'm not the guy to talk about that since I have watched very little of Teen Titans, maybe like 2 episodes. But yeah, I don't know how well this is gonna go. Like fucking, there have been I don't know, like how many like blatantly comedic in tone Transformers series have there been? Because like I don't.
Well, I mean, there was
Reverse.
the Jap. Oh yeah, wasn't there Beast Wars 2, right? I mean, it was kind of a comedy.
I have to see
Reverse.
Reverse.
Still shit in it. Not gonna lie. Like, it didn't take itself seriously, man. Beast Wars 2. I mean, I guess that you can count that, but I mean, that's Japanese shit, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. But like, fucking, is there even a dubbed version of that? I'm pretty sure there isn't.
No, there isn't. I mean, that's probably for the best. I could just imagine like the horrid like voice actors they would get for that. Oh god, it would be like that Headmaster stuff with the
Headmaster. Megatron has come himself. Megatron Magnus has himself.
No, it's Fortress Maximus has come himself.
Uh-oh.
The fuck?
What else is on the news lately?
What else on the news lately? What else do we have like put down? These are the 2 major things, and the other one were some new fucking, what was it? All right. Okay, we had some new listings for studio series stuff, like some new UPCs. The stuff that was what we're talking about, like the stuff that was like allegedly leaked, probably is legit, but I'm just gonna say allegedly to be safe. So far for deluxes, we have a studio series, Transformers Deluxe Transformers 6. They're referring to Bumblebee, right?
Yeah,
The Bumblebee.
Studio series Bumblebee Brawn. These are all okay for the deluxes. We got a studio series Bumblebee Brawn, a studio series Bumblebee Ratchet, a studio series 86 Perceptor, and a studio series Bumblebee Wheeljack. I forgot he was even in.
Yeah, well, he was there. He was voiced by everybody's favorite VA, Steve Blum.
Steve Blum is a good voice. Diss him. We can't diss the fact he uses the same 3 voices every time.
It's either like
Goblin. No, it's
Green Goblin. It's either a Green Goblin, a Starscream, or a Wolverine, and that's all. And I guess Cowboy Bebop too. That everybody knows him for.
Green Goblin and Starscream have the same voices. So it's either the Starscream voice, the deep voice where he uses a special modifier, or Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. Or the Cowboy Bebop would just be called the cool voice. I am the cool guy. Yeah. Like that voice.
Wouldn't Wolverine kind of fall into that too?
Yeah,
Wolverine would fall into that.
Be the drunken cool guy. the aggressive cool guy.
And then there's Sub-Zero that kind of fits in the
yeah. Holy shit, you're not wrong. He really now I'm remembering how he voiced in MK10 onwards, right?
Yeah, he's actually good as Sub-Zero. That's one of the few roles I actually say he's good in.
Sucked as Shockwave and Fall of Cybertron.
He did.
He did horrible. Like I couldn't that design be voiced by Steve Blum? Like I don't know. Like
okay,
while looking at FFC Shockwave, I just say that's Corey Burton. Corey Burton be that Shockwave, not Steve Blum. Steve Blum is good as like Starscream, but not Shockwave.
What about do you think Kevin Michael Richardson could do it?
Maybe.
It could work.
Yeah.
Like that, I'd want to see him do like Megatron or Shockwave. Well, I've told y'all who my ideal Megatron would be, like Ike Amadi, the guy who voices Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh yeah,
that'd be awesome. Very shouty.
I could just imagine that voice just screaming Starscream.
Yeah.
Just like Starscream, you've disobeyed me for the last time. Something like that. Like I can't do it in his exact tone because the most I can do is like random Shao Kahn lines.
Yeah. So then, and wasn't there also a Studio Series 86 Perceptor that was?
Yeah. I just said that, but
yeah, that
actually,
honestly, I'm probably gonna buy that.
Wait. We have all right. Let me get through the rest of the reviews.
Yeah.
For Voyagers, we have one of each. A Studio Series Bumblebee, obviously a Voyager Soundwave, and this one I think, did we already know? No, wait, my bad. Studio Series Voyager 86 Junkyard. It's a Wreck-Gar retool, they're saying?
Yeah, Wreck-Gar.
It's like what they did with, Generations back then. They did like Wreck-Gar, and then they did like the other Wreck-Gar with like, the cool visor and shit. Basically, it's like that meme, the cool, there's like Daniel, and then there's the cool Daniel, So there's the cool Wreck-Gar, and there's the Wreck-Gar, and then there's the cool Wreck-Gar. Basically, they're making cool Wreck-Gar with the visor and shit. So that's nice.
And for Leader, this one, I feel like we already knew about this one, but Studio Series 86 King Starscream Cape. I hope it's not, just Earthrise Starscream, but I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah.
Apparently, a heavily modified version of that.
What do they mean by heavily modified? Is my question.
I don't know. All I've heard from
the giant ass, rectangles that he had in the '86 movie, based on that one frame before he blows, smithereens, or maybe. Actually, you know what? No, they're probably not going to do that. Actually, you know what they're going to do? They're going to mold the cape onto his wings. So then in alt mode, it's just like, it's just an F-15, but with like cloth on it. That's what they're probably going to do. Fuck you.
We'll see. I mean, hopefully they're going to like change it up to where it's actually a good toy, but.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Aside from another topic that kind of fits into this, what do y'all think of these? Like, y'all excited for?
I'm interested in buying like Bumblebee movie Brawn and like Perceptor. Yeah.
I don't think it's Bumble. Let me check. Oh no! It's a 86 Perceptor. It's not Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, no, I'm interested in getting 86 Perceptor because he's one of my favorites. I fucking love Perceptor, and I like Brawn, and I desperately need a Brawn in my collection. So I'm probably gonna buy.
I don't know about the 86 design, but I guess that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, isn't Titan's Return like a very rare? Not very rare, but like, is it hard to come by for like a good price?
Unironically, don't know.
I wanted to get Boar for a while, so this is a good chance to get Boar. Brawn I'll get because I don't have a Brawn.
Wait a minute, Blur already
have
came
a
out
movie.
yet.
I have my movie 1 Ratchet and my Dark Moon Ratchet. I'm already satisfied for Ratchets.
I mean, I have the Universe Ratchet. I mean, I don't really need this one. You know,
I'm going to get a Wheeljack because I'm a Wheeljack fan. I might get Soundwave. I probably won't be getting Junkyard. And if the King Starscream is any good, I might buy it. But if it's just Earthrise again, I ain't buying that thing ever.
I mean, when it comes to Soundwaves, like that is the character that I have, you know, the most figures of. So I mean, I might also get Bumblebee movie Soundwave. The only thing that I hope they change about it to, you know, maybe help with the transformation is its proportions. I don't like the proportions of the design, but I like the details and shit of the design. Really, that's all I really like. I don't like the way, you know, it moves around. It looks way better on paper than it does in live action, really. That's what I'm trying to say, you know, and I hope it's compatible with the Siege cassettes, because if it isn't, I mean, wow, what a bunch of wasted potential. And I know for a fact it's probably going to be like a FOC-inspired design in terms of vehicle mode, because, you know, he's a chunky fuck. Look at him. He looks like he's going to transform into a van either way, and I mean, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that figure in some ways because I want to have another like movie version of a Soundwave, and also because I like Soundwave. I always think he's a fun character to have in toy
there
form.
is one other thing, you know, this one I don't really care about, you know, the premium finish line that was recently revealed, you know, the one of like a bunch of redecos and repaints and shit, or like meant to make it look more, you know, accurate and shit. Like, meh, don't care.
Yeah,
I never heard of this before. Actually, never heard of this. What is this?
Check in. Let me grab it for you. Hold up. It was Cybertron, I believe, that reported it. I'll put it in VC tech. There you go.
Oh, I remember. Okay, now I heard of this. This is more show accurate.
Yeah, that, and they're also repainting. I believe they're also repainting Studio Series Bumblebee. You know, this is design from the Bumblebee film.
Yeah.
Cool, I guess, but I don't know how much you could really do. It's like a good coat of paint won't suddenly make that figure good.
Yeah, the figure is not very good. The Optimism. I like that they're at least releasing that Optimus, because that's a really very good figure.
And there was a good period of time where like wherever you went, he was like not easy to get. Like fucking.
Yeah, I managed to get him and Megatron at once. One day.
Fair to say distribution has been an issue lately.
It has, especially now.
I mean, that's understandable because, you know, like COVID and shit, but even though the lockdown is bullshit, but fucking yeah, that's I guess that it is what it is. Like, there's no use in complaining if you're gonna pull a fucking Optibotimus and bitch about your FedEx not being there during.
Yeah, or you know, complain about exclusive, like, you know, go onto Hasbro live streams and say, "What? No more exclusives! No more exclusives!" Well, sorry, but you know they have to make them exclusives because, like, how they're gonna distribute shit, and also, you know, like demand from like other retailers and shit. Like, you can't stop that by just saying no more exclusives and like live.
Not even worth giving a response. Just everyone's reaction to that should just be either be Lamal, you're fat, or cope and sieve.
Basically, yeah.
Cope and sieve.
But all I've been mentioning thus far, I think all I've been mentioning thus far with all the studio series reveals kind of brings us to the main meat of today's video. Well, I said that earlier, but obviously this is like still the main meat, but whatever. Brings us to an important portion. I believe my co-hosts would agree with me on this. I have like a sneaking suspicion that this is about to become a studio series. Obviously, I don't know how many more designs you could go with in Bayverse and shit like that, but that's a lie. They're just too much of pussies to do the twins.
Basically, yeah. You don't want to get.
No, wait, no. Okay. You'd say that, but they did a figure of Jar Jar Binks. So and Rose Tico and Admiral Hobar. So not afraid of doing figures of characters that most people don't particularly like.
No, but it's like fucking. I don't know. I feel like. I don't know why then, but fucking. I feel like would y'all agree that Studio Series is like we're in the beginning of an oversaturation of the 86 fucking figures and the Bumblebee movie figures?
Yeah.
Figures, sure. Sorry, you were saying.
Like, yeah, I would agree with Arkham. Like the Bumblebee movie stuff, yeah, definitely, because we're probably going to be getting that for like the next several years. So yeah, that's definitely going to happen. I think 86. I mean, they have enough, figures already, right? They probably go at like certain capacity of characters to do, and then that's it. It's all after that they're going to leave from Studio Series and just stay in Generations. But
yeah,
Bumblebee stuff, it's going to be a mainstay. It's going to stay. It's going to fucking thrive. And honestly, listen, I just hope by like the next movie, the designs look better. And I hope that they like, don't make them too G1 slavish. I hope they just like, make them their own unique type of thing instead of just like, banking off nostalgia. But I doubt that they're ever going to do that because you know how these studios are. They want to get the soy boys, they want to get the Twitter people, and they want to get all these idiots in to see their movie.
No, dude, if they wanted to get the Twitter people, they would make some more IDW shit.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, look at Prime. He looks like IDW Prime. Look at Ravage. Ravage, that design is very IDW in just the way it looks. Originally, they were going to go for G1, but I mean that's.
I don't know too much about that, so I can't comment on it. But like, fucking, again, I don't know if I could blame Hasbro in this regard for wanting to focus on 86 and Bumblebee, and I don't even know if I agree with Flamewave that the line will even stick around as long as it is. Like, fucking maybe. Like,
I mean, they could do, if the ideas, like, I mean, not ideas, but if they run out of characters, they can always just go back and, like, make figures based on the vehicles from the movies. You know what I'm saying? Going with this one. Like, I don't know, like, make a Voyager class Revenge of the Fallen breakaway, like, something cool. Something we don't get as often.
Yeah.
Right? But I bet they're not gonna do that because that's just being risky, and nobody would buy a breakaway toy, even though there's an audience there that would, especially the people who fucking love the video games like I do. Like, like people would buy that shit. Like, yeah. Right? I mean, if you at least make it look good, people will be interested.
Oh yeah, no, dude, fucking. But my thing is, like I was saying, from a marketing perspective, it makes sense since the money is there. There is money to be made from making Bumblebee and 86 figures. But goddamn, if it isn't the most cucked shit I've ever seen. You start off by making a line that like fucking mostly focuses on the Michael Bay films, which was like, correct me if I'm wrong, it was for like the 10-year anniversary of it.
Yeah, the line started, I believe, roughly around, I think, 2017.
2017
right?
or
2018. 2018.
Right. Yeah. So that was like, I would say 11 years then. But yeah, they started off with the, 2007, and then they just branched off from there.
No, they started off with a mix of things. They started out with a mix of Dark of the Moon, Age Extinction. They didn't have the Last Night figures, but they had Age Extinction, 2007, a bit of Dark of the Moon, and a bit of Revenge of the Fallen. Mostly Age Extinction in the first.
Yeah, because Age of Extinction. I mean, Age of Extinction was probably like the most.
It got the biggest draw.
It was the toy line that needed the most updates or just new molds, and they made Stinger. And I had Stinger. I mean, at the time, I thought he was okay. Now I just think he's just pathetic. And I had Dark of the Moon crowbar, but I mean, he was cool. But again, the transformation, in my opinion, it was just all, I didn't like it. It was very, very finicky. Especially with the dreads themselves, they were a bitch to put in vehicle mode. But the only two Studio Series figures I have currently right now are Revenge of the Fallen Voyager Starscream, which is based, and fun fact, actually, my brother bought that, had a local Winners, which, if you don't know, Winners is basically the Canadian equivalent to Kohl's, and he found it for $14. Yeah, $14 for a Voyager. How's that? Like, that is a bit best price. And yeah, I mean, he's a great figure. And then I also have Blackout, and he's also all right. I mean, yeah, he's a little limited, but I mean, he's a great display piece, and I like the Scorponok that it comes with.
I was gonna say, for me, in terms of my thoughts on the series, Bumblebee, they're definitely gonna be pumping out Bumblebee figures. 86 stuff. I mean, you're not gonna get an Ultra Magnus or an RC or where I got Boring Cup and Hot Rod. I don't think we'll get much in the way of 86. We will probably get like some of the other G1 characters. We won't be getting an Optimus. We already have Corpse Optimus, which was an Amazon exclusive, so not getting that guy. But we're not gonna get. I don't think we're gonna get too much 86 stuff. We're definitely gonna get more Bumblebee stuff because that's what's most marketable right now. In terms of because the Bumblebee was a success with people and people liked it, even though I feel it ended up being outshined by Psycho Gorman, but which did the same thing but better. But that's a different discussion for a different day. The main point is it's successful. It did well with people, and now they want more of the Bumblebee movie stuff. So we'll be getting more Bumblebee movies, especially we'll get some more of that Seeker mold. We'll be probably getting a ton of that Seeker mold.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I've heard actually pretty solid things about that Seeker mold. At first, we all fucking hated it when we first saw it in that live stream way back. But now I have heard from a lot of people on a lot of servers that, like, you know, they bought it and people seem to like it. And I mean, I'm considering buying it, but like, you know, I need to complete a Seeker trio. Like, I don't own a Skywarp, so I need to get a Skywarp first before I can just buy multiples of the same fucking character. You know, like I want to have I want to feel whole with my shit, right? Not just
I already have a trio, so I'm fine.
Yeah, well, good
for me.
Good for you. Yes.
Yeah, good for you, motherfucker. But yeah, no, fuck. It's gonna be interesting to see. Like, I'm just hoping that they still do actually finish that off, because, you know, and I'm like, if they're gonna do the Bumblebee fucking designs, like, whatever, it is what it is. Although, like I said, it's still them being nostalgia tards, but I feel like most franchises.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, at this rate, but in order for the Transformers to survive, because as much as, again, Transformers, the base stuff, as much as I love the base stuff, as much as it did save Transformers at 2007, to be honest, those movies were not getting reputation, not just from critics or from people who don't like change. I'm talking about the audience as a whole. Like, I was talking with people at like high school and middle school, and their reaction to the film, for the most part, was it's okay. That's when the Last Night came out. It's like, it's okay. Like, not many people were really wanting to see it. So, what's the best alternative? Either keep going at a path that'll probably get worse and worse, or for them, for budget, for like,
I'm not even disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that it's fucking, that they are still pandering to nostalgia tards. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, ultimately, like, what I would have wanted is, like, once they like did all the Bayverse design, just stop Studio Series and put another line for the upcoming movies in its place. But, you know, I guess you could keep Studio Series around for that. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, sure, why not? I mean, with Studio Series, you know, if you're done with all the movie shit, right? Like, you know, after you do all the Bayverse shit, you're done with that, and then after you're done with like just only the Bumblebee movie stuff, then with that you can have the free reign of doing whatever you want with Studio Series and maybe molding it into a subline to be attached to, other movies to come, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And with
Yeah, no, I completely understand.
Yeah.
Go on.
You can, find ways to do more exclusives. Like, we have only how many exclusives do we have in Studio Series? We have Leadfoot, who's a Target exclusive. We have also, Megatron, the Battle Damage one for Revenge of the Fallen, which was exclusive. What else? We have 2 Korean exclusives of like Blackout and Bumblebee, but those were like from way back ago. Like there was one. It was a Blackout with like a snow camo custom paint job, and there was like a clunker Bumblebee with a custom paint job by some dude that were like basically mailaways to people who lived in I think either like Korea or like Japan, one of the two.
Yeah, I know there was like 2 like gold.
Yeah, that thing.
Released from Entertainment Earth and one for Comic-Con.
Yeah, the one for holy shit. Okay, so the one with the Volkswagen mold? Yo, legit. My GameStop, EB Games, whatever, has a hard time trying to sell that thing. They have changed the price of that thing, last time I checked, over 4 times because nobody fucking wants it.
Wait,
it is
which version again?
The Volkswagen Beetle Gold Bumblebee.
I can understand.
Yeah, like
here's the weird thing. Here's the weird thing, because considering how expensive and hard to find the Volkswagen Bumblebee, the regular it is now, I'm kind of shocked. Well, I think again it's also because the color scheme isn't G1 accurate. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
What, for the Comic-Con exclusive one? Not the
no, that was a Comic-Con exclusive. That was Entertainment Earth, the Volkswagen one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just
Comic-Con exclusive. The Comic-Con exclusive one was it
was the Camaro one. Yeah, the Volkswagen one, like, maybe because it was just they were putting it at like very expensive prices, man. Like they were putting that set up in Canada for, I believe, $60 roughly, $70. I don't know. It was just expensive, and maybe that's what a lot of people. That's why a lot of people didn't buy it and were just put off by it. So, like, yeah. Plus, it's like made out of gold plastic. Why would you want something that would break in like a millisecond? Considering what the mold is, why?
Yeah.
So, fucking obviously, I definitely agree with what Arkham was saying earlier about like going the route of Bayverse, like just keep pushing that out isn't gonna last. Although I think you could argue the same for fucking G1 to an extent, but there is gonna still be an audience for that.
I was more talking about the movies.
Yeah, no. I get that. Yeah.
Like business wise, here's the thing that really hurts. I've realized this over time. Nostalgia sells. Nostalgia, if it's nostalgic, that's why Stranger Things is afloat at all. It's not because the show's actually good, because it isn't. It's because the show sells itself on cheap nostalgia. Well, the Star Wars did that, and we'll call that one. No one cares about Star Wars anymore.
Yeah, no, I think it's true that nostalgia sells to a certain extent, but fucking, is it fair to say Star Wars is like the least relevant it's ever been?
Yeah, Mandalorian came. After season 2, Mandalorian dipped.
It's resorted to a point where the people who are still diehard Star Wars fans are just making up conspiracy theories. And I'm not joking. I've encountered a few Star Wars fans who just think there's like some force against it. Like Solo would have, if it wasn't for some conspiracy. Like maybe because it was released at the wrong time, and it was the whole package behind that film. Maybe that's why the film didn't do well in the box.
Fucking bombed. God damn.
Yeah, another thing too. Like, the Kathleen Kennedy shit, and like the factions of Lucasfilm fighting each other. That's a real thing. That's real. That's going on. But what other people are saying with like, oh, this movie could have been successful because of this and this, or this movie was metal because of this. No, they're like you know, it comes to a point where you just can't take it seriously anymore. And honestly, I mean, why would you take a Star Wars fan really seriously when they're just like spewing off their mouths about things they don't really know about, nor
Oh
even
no, I actually
about.
think Star Wars fandoms are the worst fandoms we have currently.
Yeah, they have.
I hate the fandom. I want the fandom to burn. End of story.
I would say
fandom to change. That's all I want.
hold on. I would say fucking the Transformers fan, if the fandom, if like it went a certain way, it could be up there. But let's be real, like in this day and age, Transformers is never gonna be like, I guess, at that level of relevancy again.
Yeah, like 2007 was like the peak. You know, that was the peak, right? Because before 2007, we're talking like Unicron trilogy, right? That was when Hasbro was just like in limbo because they were leveraging off like Takara's shit, right? And bringing it to the States and, you know, not really doing much about it. But, you know, when 2007 came along, that's when shit was like, that's when people took Transformers seriously, you know? But nowadays, you know, after the films and all that, it's just people haven't really, nobody gives a shit and nobody really like cares anymore unless they do something big again. Like they, you know, I bet once I'm in my, let's just say 30s, right? Or, you know, 20s, it's a rough, you know, not 20s, but like late 20s, I would say. I think that franchise, I wouldn't say would die, but I would say would probably might get a revival in some way or form that would make it big again, right? Like a new business strategy, something new.
Yeah. I'd say that's. I mean,
yeah, because at that point we could, you know, we're not going to be in the nostalgia phase anymore of like, you know, now. By that phase, we would have like.
I mean, hold on. Hasbro has already talked about like having to increase the prices on figures due to like, what was it?
Yeah, and then like removing like the clamshells off of like packaging and shit, which is good because like I hate clamshells. I hate those bendy wires, and
I don't mind them.
I mean, in some cases I hate them, but in most cases it's just like, oh, whatever. I can.
I don't know. Like again, I know I just ragged on nostalgia, but like fucking nothing. For as someone who like grew up in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, like nothing like was more nostalgic for me than like getting like years later getting a fucking like, let's say a Prime RID Viacon and opening that package like that gave me such good fucking reminders,
yeah, or like
man.
getting a loose figure you had when you were like, you know, 4, right? For example, in my case, that's when I remember buying like a 78 Camaro Bumblebee from like the first Transformers movie. Not the first one, but you know, the 07 film. And I remember holding it in my hand when I was like, I believe this is when I was like 15, 16 roughly. And I was just like having like a fucking nostalgic, you know, a soy boy crying moment. I wasn't crying, but like,
the best moment of my life. Like,
oh yeah, wait, is that reference to that Eric Butts guy?
oh my god!
cried when C-3PO said a thing. I'm so.
Oh my god!
Oh, you can't make fun of that guy, okay? Because he's just being very honest about his reactions, okay? And you're just being mean.
I don't care.
It's funny. I agree. It's funny and stupid. And Star Wars fans are inherently either to be hilarious or I want to punch them in the face. So there's like a couple of good ones, but most of them are horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So, like I said, safe to say, fucking, they're definitely gonna keep going in the direction of pushing out more of the Bumblebee figures. I'm not happy about that since I don't know if they will give us like how much more Bayverse shit they're gonna do. Like, I think they will give us some Nightverse shit. Like, I hope they do. Although, who knows? Maybe they'll just fucking re-release the some of the last Night figures. I hope not, because like we desperately need a new fucking Night Prime. Like, it's need like if we're all being honest, we don't need Transformers, and that's why it's funny watching when people bitching about the fucking price cost. Although, again, that's kind of why I see the franchise dying off, because the prices are going to keep climbing, and I don't know how many fucking. I feel like that could cut into the number of people that would buy the shit, but
It's the same thing that been said about the price thing. The same thing had been said about what's his face, Marvel Legends. That was like increasing in price exponentially as well. So.
Yeah, and it's just like the market for action figures are, by then, once they're like at the limit of them being unbuyable, it's gonna die. And I mean, it's sad, but what can you do? By then, people are gonna have other interests and shit.
Yeah, but oh god, we sound like a bunch of boomers saying
Yeah,
that.
but like, I mean, it's true though. Like, that could happen, especially with what Hasbro's doing.
Of course. But yeah, no. To wrap that up. Again, that's probably the direction Studio Series is going to be going in. If I had to guess, again, not the happiest with it, since again, I feel like constantly pandering to nostalgia tards instead of actually putting out something new. I'm not saying I'm not trying to say pander to my nostalgia, not theirs. Honestly, I just want them to do something different. Like whatever these new upcoming movies are, it's just like please don't rehash some old shit, because I don't feel like that sort of success. While nostalgia does sell, how sustainable is it?
Exactly.
So again, back to the Stranger Things comparison. So when Stranger Things came out, it was praised to no end, even if it wasn't really that great looking back. Let's be honest. Afterwards, then I remember this was a big thing. There was like a countdown to the second season of Stranger Things. And then that hit, and there was like buzz behind that. And then the first season came out, there was buzz, but it wasn't nearly as big. And then there's a fourth one, and I heard almost nothing about the fourth, what buzz with the fourth.
Yeah.
I guess there will be like artificial buzz with the fourth, like there always is. But
of course, fucking dude,
what?
It's not real buzz, but it makes us feel good.
It's like the artificial buzz that like something like Mortal Kombat 11 got, which is I love that game, but that story mode like the greatest story mode that NetherRealm, one of the greatest story modes that NetherRealm ever told.
It's so prevalent in like shitty movies, like you know what I mean. Like in every commercial they would have for like a big blockbuster movie, they would have like a critic reviews, right?
Yeah.
Say like this critic said this movie is fucking epic and will make you shit, piss, and come and bleed all over. But when you find that critic, right, and when you find what they actually said, they just say this movie's kind of poo-poo. But like these commercials, they make these critics say something like completely opposite because they want to sell tickets.
Well, let's be real though. We don't trust the critics anymore. Like if Joker was any proof, don't listen to them.
Yeah, another funny thing.
My proof was just I have a bunch of reasons. I'll probably get into it someday. All the reasons why critics are not mainstream critics, and even like the Sardonicast type critics aren't worth trusting about. And how most of the sardonic, also those critics like leech off of regular media's format and ideas and humor are inherently terrible.
It's just like let's make red letter media,
but
not but not understand that the angry part of like say Mr. Plinkett is played up for a joke.
Yeah.
So basically, take it literally.
Okay, Ralph. MS.
I remember when Ralph the Movie Maker was actually really fucking funny. Like,
I remember that too when he actually had an interesting style. It wasn't just
now, like, I mean,
sounding bored.
He just sounds bored. He doesn't sound like he's enjoying his making his reviews anymore.
I think he suffered an angry video game nerd thing where when he made his movie and it didn't get quite the reception he wanted it to, he just went back to the reviews. And you can tell he has no passion in those reviews.
Yeah.
At all. Yeah.
Actually, you can tell that with AVGN too. Like, I don't think his content is terrible, but like, fucking, he doesn't put the same energy into like, Yeah,
because back then it used to be written by him. James Ralph sat down and wrote those reviews. Nowadays, it's written by other people. And
which makes the content of those reviews a little less credible because it may not even be his opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the unfortunate thing we're gonna have to.
So yeah, anything else? Like anything y'all are working on right now?
Me right now, I'm working on my new edit of,
Yeah.
I guess, an interpretation of what it would have looked like in the first movie.
Yeah,
It's going okay.
you put that in art chat. Yeah, I saw that. Arkham or
I'm currently working on a video essay series for for the Netflix War for Cybertron cartoon, comparing it to prequels, and I might expand to other things because I've found more
Yeah.
similarities with other things. I've currently just got the audio done for the first part. I now have to put the audio onto a new file, and put all the footage in, which I think will be a little more difficult. So I have to actually go through every episode again and find all the footage I want to use, along with the stuff with the prequels, which that'll be fun to revisit. Yeah. Otherwise, and that's with like the Avatar. But that's at this point, I'm pretty good. I have the audio, which is like the most difficult part. Well, not it's one of the more difficult parts is the audio because it takes so much time. But that's just it for me.
But yeah, okay. Other than that, like I've worked on a few reviews. Maybe I'll actually get them out, like some music reviews. But who knows? Fucking, I have a terrible schedule for releasing videos. But I think that wraps things up. Y'all got anything else to say, or?
No.
Nope.
All right then. That wraps up. Okay, that wraps up today's episode. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, join the Discord server. That's going to be in the link below. You can find me at TheAbsoluteDegenerate on Twitter. There's my YouTube channel. All these will be linked in. You can find Flamewave at Flame-Wave on DeviantArt, and you can find Arkham at Ryder Arkham on Twitter.
And I have Letterboxd.
Yeah, he has a Arkham. Was it Arkham Knight Rid?
It's just Arkham Knight Rider now.
Yeah, it's just Arkham Knight Rider on Letterboxd. Although fuck your Letterboxd, it can eat a dick.
Okay.
But, anyway, that's all for today. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.